melting to the right-click damage coming out of AUI and Bulba. 2 for 1. They did manage to get Sumail solo though. Being engaged by Bulba and AUI.
Mag gonna turn around on B with the Hex, but at the same time, Fear spells have reset from the ultimate, and it's a EG favored fight. The only bigger they lose is Sumail, who got doomed up, but it's turning into this scenario where you doom Slardar,
yep.
Sumail goes ham. If you doom the lone druid, Sumail may dies, but then it's AUI on that Slardar who that you can't deal with. So one of those two cores, every single fight is getting a lot done. Even Bulba on the Brood did 2,000 plus hero damage that fight.
Oh, it was a triple kill for him.
And that's with minimal items, just a BKB Orchid. At this stage of the Orchid is not quite influential, but manages to get a lot done. A lot of that damage was onto the Puck, who survived, so unfortunately for EG, they didn't get that very high priority Puck kill, but even so, EG back off, not really sure in their ability to take Roshan, as, I mean, last time they went for it, it kind of ended up a bit disastrously with Puck coming in, contesting at the last second, so they're just going to back off, reset, wait for Lone Druid to come back alive before they go again.
We're now pushing up towards 40 minutes with this Drow Strat lineup from Vega, and I would say its shelf life has more or less passed. They're just going to have to outplay if they want to sneak a win now.
Yeah, and there's a butterfly up on FN, but an item which there's no MKBs to deal with just yet. To say just yet, Brood very likely to go into an MKB. We saw Bulba pretty much on top of FN throw that entire fight, so an MKB can do a lot more damage, you can lifesteal more, and gives them a lot more teamfight presence, so. For Vega, it's the Aghanims on no one. We've seen this item change the game a lot when you're looking at BKBs and teamfights.
EG's going in, orb, tossed. Let's see how they want to play it. There's going to be a kinetic field, and they're trapped. If they're going to go in, they're trapped now, Willie. And here we go, Solo's actually going to be hexed out. He got off the Crimson Guard, now he's going to work with the BKB. Phoenix is going to be fueled, comes back down, and yes, he actually does end up dropping. Buybacks on both sides. No one on a killing spree at the end, but now AUI trapped on the high ground. Bulba doing work on Sioma, but AUI is still trapped in the kinetic field as well as the Sprout. They will be able to clean him up behind. There's going to be the glimpse back onto Bulba. Buybacks absolutely across the board, but it's just two left standing to the floor of Vega when all is said and done. Crazy fight at 3 buybacks, actually 4 if you count the Brood.
Fear has done so much in every single team fight, and I think Vega
here we go.
It.
Well, what are they going to do? They got him again. They did the same thing last time. The Hexman, he's down again. However, Sioma's going to be down, but now they've got AUI out in. Do they have damage to follow it up? AUI is going down. He's been hit with the coil. The Aegis picked up by Mag. And my friend, buybacks were blown by everyone that fight. The only one on EG or the buyback of all people is Peter Pandam.
No one on this puck with the Yule's catch onto Fear.
Twice!
So impressive.
Twice!
Then they followed up with the Hex, they burst down Fear, and Fear unable to offer what he's done in every single team fight up until this point in the game has just become a huge issue for EG. They keep moving over in Sunray.
Mag might have bitten up a bit more than he chews. He's going to lose his Aegis. Jumped ahead. That's going to be a set of racks down. They're going to work now on Solo. That's a lot of damage. And Mag's just going to make a run for it. So this game will be extended as going to force Vega out.
A huge overextension for Vega.
Yep.
They got the rack there. It's like, oh sweet, they got the racks. Like, it's almost cocky from them that they just come around, and Mag on the Nature's Prophet going in very deep there, and we'll see EG.
Yep. He blinked in and went for the Hex and just got melted after that. Nonetheless, EG find their backs against the wall. Only one rack still standing. And every single time it's looked like Vega's lineup had reached its shelf life, had reached its expiration date. They managed to take a big fight, and that time, as you had mentioned, you know, it's hard to say what would have ultimately happened if the Phoenix Egg had gone off. It's still cooldown by the Supernova. He did not get to use it in that fight. Even after he fought back because of the fast fingers on one, using him out of the Icarus stock twice, right on point, and then hitting with Waning Rift as soon as he landed.
From here, Vega gonna just have a weight lifted off of their shoulders.
Yep.
They can play things slow if to. Don't have Aegis for a long time. Cheese was actually snagged up by AUI and Slaughter while he was doomed up in that fight, so small little item edge in some sense going AUI way, but he's doomed. That's not an item he gets to use, so this fight's going to be interesting. For EG, I don't think you just want to sit back, let things slow down. When you're down 4 Raxes, you almost have to go on the aggressive to find pickoffs, take team fights, and not let Vega, who are on the dire side, just use that Roshan to their advantage.
They're going to smoke up, and Vega want to end this right now. Moving through mid, let's see who they can catch. Is going to be a coil, caught 3. Following up, a static storm only got Sue now behind that AUI. With the Doom in the meantime. Fear burning himself down. Now he's going to enter his 5-2, and he does get the edge this time. Solo's in trouble waiting up front. Do they have the attack speed? They do. Supernova, unsuccessful. AUI sprouted it, and 4 down for EG. Good game. Evil Geniuses, one of the favorites coming into this tournament. Was surprising enough to see them have to fight way through the lower bracket. And Vega, the CIS hope, the last one still remaining. They gave him a scare, but 2 for 1. They advance to our grand finals. Drow Strats, they're real, David.
Yeah, it didn't feel like your classic one, but they managed to take it into the late game. They just found their moments so well. That first rack that they took off of the lone druid pickoff, the pickoff that kept coming from Sioma's Disruptor. Every time I see this Disruptor pick, I'm like, yeah, it's a good...
Haste! Immortality to the dire. Double damage! Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Cycle of life continues.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Radiant's courier has been slain. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Fallen foes.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
Yeah, maybe practice that a little bit. 100, the Slaughter and the Broodmother gets that axe, it's just gonna be really scary for you.
Yeah, it's very true.
Oh.
BKBs don't even matter at that point, and the game went so long that I think the BKBs were getting low duration anyway, so you get 4.5 seconds stunned and you just can't do anything for like the whole fight. But they did a really good job actually of focusing FN and a lot of the engagements.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the most important ones were around Roshan, and Boba had his Blink Dagger and whatnot, and he was like going in really hard to make sure that he could actually take down the Tro. But at the end, it's just Vega had a little bit more left and they managed to take it.
Yeah, and the Roche fight that you actually mentioned was the turnaround point, or rather the nail in the coffin, if you will. They killed FN, and he wasn't there for like the next
Yeah, he was just
2
dead.
2 minutes. He was dead, no buyback, but he didn't need to be there. The rest of the team was already so far ahead that they could do that. What's your thought, by the way, on the build that FN had on his Drow? Because he went for stats after having 3 levels in his aura.
That one
2
was a little
levels
bit
in Gust.
strange, especially because, okay, so if you go all stats and you go for the aura, like he had 3 points into it for a while, and I think that was just a little bit of a mistake. I don't actually see any reason not to max if you're going to get stats anyway and not skill Frost Arrow at all. But I think in a game where you're not really able to go high ground super early, getting Frost Arrow, even 1 or 2 value points can be huge, because you know that they're just going to be running at you non-stop. And if you get like 1 extra hit on like the Brood or the Slardar in particular, who are the ones who are most likely going to be in your face, you might be able to at least kite them for a few seconds longer and buy time. And I think any time in a team fight like that is crucial, where your team can either help you, you can get more damage out, or something like that. Because if you think of it this way, like Frost Armor is super annoying for melee heroes, but if you hit somebody with a Frost Arrow, it's like Ice Armor on steroids. It's a huge slow. So I'm actually not entirely sure I agree with the way that he's skilled, but I mean, they won, so
So
It
it
worked.
ended up working.
it did work out.
I want to talk about one thing, which is I'm a bit surprised that EG, the team known, we used to call them, it was the Dire Boys back in the days. I'm surprised. Why were they never on Dire,
Yeah,
These
they didn't
games-
play it at all.
Yeah, they didn't. 3 series in a row, and I actually feel like it ended up costing them this game to some extent, and even the first game, it made it a lot harder because the fact that Boba had to play the way he did to be around that Roche pit rather than just play a normal game. If they were Dire, it would have been much easier to contest. I think those two heroes that bought back in the end, they could have just gone back to Roche, they would have been there in time. It would have been Vega who would have had to buy back and just run very far. Of course, they did have the Nature's Prophet who bought back, and that helped them a lot, but not being Dire in this series, I felt like it hurt them a lot.
Yeah, I actually agree.
That's a very good point to make. It just hurt them a lot because, yeah, they were able to get back to the Roshan fight. They had to play differently, as I talked about with the Brood style, the Brood having to rotate down, and it's just very, very hard when you're in these later game situations, and it comes down to buybacks a lot of the time, and it would just happen to be closer to the Roshan side for Dire.
I think also has a lot to do with the second pick. I think they might have chosen second pick.
You think EG chose second pick?
In the last game, I think they chose second pick and
Okay.
Vega chose Dire. I saw guys tweeting saying this patch seems like more and more teams pick second pick, and I believe that's what he was aiming for. But I like, we obviously don't know for sure, so
Yeah.
hopefully we can get some more insight on that. I believe we are gonna go see something shown on stage, but I'm not entirely sure, so we're gonna have to see if something happens if I do this.
Мы готовы начинать. И первой на нашу арену выйдет косплеер Аляска в образе великолепной Crystal Maiden. Встречайте!
Thank you for watching. This is live, you know. Live gaming. Live gaming. Kita, Lanaya cosplay. Nice cosplay. This Lanaya cosplay. You can see Lanaya. This. Lanaya. Lina inverse. Cool. Lina inverse. What's up? This. Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden. Wow. Crystal Maiden, dude. Crystal Maiden. Akan melakukan he will ulti, I think. Ulti. Jangan malu saudara-saudara. Ya, Crystal Maiden. Ya, cosplay amok sekali saudara. Gemuk sekali. Gemuk kayaknya itu ya. Crystal Maidennya gemuk. Ini kebanyak. Ini fat nih. Crystal Maidennya fat. Saking fatnya dia. Wah, linanya keren juga linanya. Lina inverse.
Спасибо, Мараколь, за чудесный косплей на ЦМ-ку.
Itulah
И
cosplay.
следующий на эту арену выйдет Хана Барбера в великолепном косплее на Death Prophet.
Death Prophet abis ini. Waduh, serem nih kayaknya nih Death Prophet. Death Prophet, oh. Kayaknya kurang besar ya guritanya. Guritanya kurang besar. Guritanya kurang besar kayaknya guritanya. Guritanya kurang bagus. Kurang besar guritanya. Iya, kayaknya kurang besar guritanya, jadi kayak kurang heboh untuk kostum barunya dari Death Prophet ini. Ya, gue nilai 5 lah.
Будоражащая Хана Барбера в великолепном косплее
Yang
на
bagus
Death
lananya
Prophet.
tadi,
Ваши
kayaknya lananya
аплодисменты.
Pasti menang lananya tuh.
Шуму, шуму, друзья мои, шуму, не должно быть тихо. Этот косплей мы посвящаем вам, мы посвящаем сегодняшнему событию. В продолжении встречайте.
Ini apa lagi nih setelah ini? Cosplay.
Гуманизированная версия Тайтхантера в исполнении Азель.
Wow, Tide Hunter cuy. Gue belum lihat Tide Hunter nih. Gimana nih kostumnya nih? Ini orang kocak. Gue Allah. Ini orang stres kali ya. Tide Hunter ya. Cewek nekat deh. Tide Hunter cewek nih. Wah, serem dia. Iya, ini Tide Hunternya nih lucu nih kayaknya. Wah, dia motor-motor sudah. Dan Hunternya kocak lah. Waduh.
По хайпе.
Ada nge-lag nih, sorry nih. Tapi lucu juga.
По хайпам от наших аплодисментов и оваций, возможно, зависит мнение нашего уважаемого жюри.
Udah galak nih kayaknya tadi.
Продолжают бежать мурашки по коже, и я не знаю, как у других, но у многих любимый персонаж это ЦМ-ка. И радостно от того, что очень много косплея сегодня именно на нее. Встречайте, Вика Симпсон, Crystal Maiden.
Crystal Maiden lagi. Crystal Maiden lagi.
Сумасшедшая космическая Вика Симпсон. Невероятная Кристал Мейден. И завершает этот косплей конкурс Феникс Фаталист. Лина в обжигающем сете Смолдерит Джоурни.
Mana dia 5%? Mana dia 5%? Mana? tes.
My pet wants you.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's tower is under attack. Tower is under attack. Wicked sick. Monster double kill. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's fortified, I see. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Godlike! Blasphemy is pounding!
You have already lost. Out of my way!
Boy, Dire's bottom tower, it is taking a beating. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Holy shot!
Another put down.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Nicely done.
Dire's middle tower is fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Holy shot! Holy shot! Double kill! Dire's middle tower is fallen. Boy, Dire's bottom tower is taking a beating. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Boy, Dire's bottom tower is taking a beating. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Boy, Dire's bottom tower is taking a beating. Dire's bottom tower has crumbled to the dust. Dire's top tower is falling. Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
They should have run.
Oh, look at it go! Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle barracks have fallen. Dire's bottom tower is fallen. Dire's bottom barracks, they're under attack. Dominating. Double kill. Barracks have fallen.
Had no place here.
Mega kill. Triple kill. My sins forgiven. Dire's bottom barracks, they're under attack. Dire's bottom barracks have fallen. Oh, look, Dire's fortified, I see. Double kill!
Trespasser.
Killing spree! Triple killing spree!